ever forget, and neither do I.
You are haunted by these cases. The cases that you didn't solve, the cases you were not able to solve. Tell me about those.
I had 387 homicides I was responsible for. I solved 92% of them. 8% I did not. Thank you. That 8% equates to 31 cases. Of those 31, 17, I know who did it and I can't prove it. 14, I don't have a clue. Somebody on earth did that. I don't know who. It's now down to 30. We solved one with a new DNA test last year. So it's down to 30. Now there's two ways to look at that. I'm a really smart guy who solved 92% of his cases, or I'm an idiot who doesn't know who killed 8% of people. With all the chance of your country. I had 217 trials for first-degree murder. I lost 2. So in court, I'm 215 and 2. Quite a bit. And here I am. If I was a football team, I'd be a dynasty. Or an idiot that can't convict 2 guys of murder. And again, it depends on your perspective. But you never forget those cases. I think about them all the time. I agonize about them. I dream about them. The victims are in my dreams. Oh, well, there's a movie called I See Dead People. Well, I really do. And anybody that's ever done this work does.
Still.
Of course. Nature of the beast. No matter what anybody tells you, PTSD, battle fatigue, shell shock, whatever name you want to apply to it. I speak to veterans sometimes that have PTSD, so do I. I tell them all the same thing. Some psychiatrist, some psychologist is going to look at you and say, I want you to picture a leaf floating down a stream. And oh, shut up. All that crap, it's never going to go away, man. It is never going to go away. That's why they call this adulthood. Suck it up and deal with it. That's the reality. Don't listen to those people trying to tell you you're going to forget this because you're not. Because you can't. The best advice I ever got using a slightly off-color word, a friend of mine, LAPD homicide, many years in Los Angeles, he said, hey Joey, they all call me Joey on the PD. He said, how you doing since you retired? You sleeping? No. All that shit, Joey, it never goes away. And that was an epiphany, because it doesn't. But it was worth it.
That's a very important point. That this was your life's calling. And if you would tell everybody how you first became enamored with the idea of getting into law enforcement.
I was a little kid. In the kid world, when you're 9 and you've never been to a zoo, this is a big deal. My parents, I was born and raised in a coal mining town in Pennsylvania. 3,000 people, 2-block main street with 13 bars on it. Coal mine. So, you go to the mine, then you go to the bar, then you go home. That's how it was. So my parents decided we're going to the Pittsburgh Zoo. Oh man, we're going to the zoo. It was huge for me. So we get to the zoo, and there's a primate house. And it says, around this corner is the most dangerous animal on earth. Man, I ran around that corner. Ran around that corner. And it was a mirror from ceiling to floor. And all the people were disappointed. They're all looking at me, what's that? I'm standing there saying, oh, God, you know, it's humans, isn't it? Yes, it is. And you're standing among them. That was an epiphany for me. It's like, well, why is that true? Because animals kill for need. They kill to survive. Humans kill for pleasure. There's no more dangerous animal on this planet than a human being. Plus, they are intelligent. If they're not intelligent, they are cunning. So what an interesting occupation.
And how well you did it, Joe. How
It was a
well-
passion.
Absolutely.
It was, still is.
The first homicide that you were a part of, what happened to you? What did you experience the very first time you were on that case?
I knew in my heart that I was going to find who did this, or I was going to die in the attempt. And it was true. I mean, that's all I did. I worked 24 hours a day. And it was successful. And after that, years and years went by. I became the commander of major crimes. When you apply for homicide, you have to get by me. I'm the interview. You only need two things to be a great detective. Two things. You need knowledge of the law, and you know what you can do, and sometimes more importantly, what you may not do. Okay? And the only other thing you need is an undying sense of curiosity. Somebody did this. Now, who is it? There are 7 billion people on this planet. We're only interested in one of them. They don't have a name yet. They don't have a face, but we're going to give them both. So when I would interview people to be in homicide, I would say to them, here's the deal. Okay? You've got the skills, you've got the experience, you've got the necessary tools, but I need to know you have the heart for this. So here's the point. Don't ever tell me you're hungry. Don't ever tell me you're tired. Don't ever tell me you have to go to sleep. Don't tell me you have to go see your wife. If I thought you needed a wife, I would issue you one. We are here to do this. We're going to chase the bad guys as long as there's some chase to be done. And I'm going to be right here with you. I'm going to be right here with you. I'm not going to be behind this desk and send you out on the street. I've signed up to pull guns on people and kick doors, and that's what I did, which is what made my wife so mad at me. And of course, she finally said, "You got to retire. You know, I don't want to live alone." Oh my God! No. All right. But everybody knew where they stood with me, and everybody knew that this was the life. And I would say to them, if you don't think you can do this, tell me now. Tell me now. We will part friends, no hard feelings. But if you think you want to be part of this club, come on down.
So, Joe, we're going to meet another member of the ID family. I have so many more questions for both of you. And I want you to think about the way that this field has informed the rest of your life, how you deal with humanity, people you don't know, and how you keep things positive. So let's hold on to that thought for a moment.
Sure.
While I tell you about our next individual who will be joining